Hello everyone, apparently we're watching an educational video today. I've watched a few from UndeadHumor where he explained things. Is he a former physicist or a mathematician or something?
Possibly.
From what I've seen, he goes through a lot of work, or is he just taking this from like Reddit or something?
It is also possible. Reddit is filled with both very interesting people, but also some of the scum of the earth.
Reddit is strange, like, with
It's
every
better
web...
4chan, but yeah.
With websites like Reddit and whatnot, it's always like, you have some of the smartest people that are doing silly, goofy stuff, and then just horrible people. But I feel like that's like every website has like two sides. Where it's just like, same with Twitch or YouTube or meh. Pretty much what Petra said. But yeah. So, we're apparently going to learn how Green Lantern powers are stupid somehow. Probably
They are, though.
through science. Well, as superhero stuff, I don't really care about science as long as we're fun. Like, you can use science fiction BS. And I'm like, okay. I don't really care as long as it's, like, cool and fun, whatever, whatnot.
So you're saying Flash is stronger than me because he's fast? Yeah, his body's basically indestructible since he can survive his own acceleration. Okay, well, I'm almost as fast, and I don't even use the Speed Force, so clearly I'm better.
What's the Speed Force?
It's the reason why Flash doesn't disintegrate every time he runs.
Next question. How do we get rid of the Speed Force?
It doesn't matter. I'm way stronger than Flash, and everyone knows it. Superman, he could rewind time and erase you from history.
Okay, you know that Flash is an idiot, right?
The calculations didn't account for that.
Yeah. They didn't account for that? They didn't count for Flash being an idiot? Flashpoint is so stupid, now that I think about it.
Oh yeah, it's because Barry created a ripple in the timeline because he's... Here's the thing. The difference between Barry and Wally when it comes to the Speed Force is Barry takes more of the scientific approach of the Speed Force, so he's fast. But because Wally takes it more of the spiritual side of the Speed Force and believes in it more, he's the faster one because he allows the Speed Force to flow through him more naturally.
There's
if that makes sense.
Spiritual side to the Speed Force?
Kind of. It's really stupid. I'm gonna try to explain it the best way possible. It's more that Barry tries to explain it in a scientific way. Wally accepts it into his body and it lets him go faster and faster. There's a light spectrum when it comes to the Speed Force. You know how the Flash has like thunder when he runs?
Zooms.
Basically, the closer you are, the faster you become, the more the lightning becomes blue. While the slower you become, the more the lightning becomes red.
Okay.
Because that's the light spectrum essentially.
Also, 3 more forces, for example, that's strength force. Oh, great.
There's the strength force, I think it was like the wisdom force, which is just magic or smart based. It's really stupid, and they kind of got rid of it at the point.
All I know is that we add more things to this, and I get more confused. Like, I know about the green, the red, the blue. That's a thing, which is not related to the Green Lantern powers, by the way.
Yes, but here's the thing, Mac. When it comes to the light spectrum, it actually is kind of based in some science. But yeah, the Speed Force doesn't really make sense. It's very spiritual in some aspects.
I mean, the only spiritual thing I remember about the Speed Force is that Death had to make a speedster for himself just to catch the Flashes so they couldn't outrun Death, apparently.
Well, Death has to come in many forms, after all.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm glad my powers make sense.
You're glad that your powers make sense? That man
just dear God.
No, he said his powers make sense, didn't he?
You know it. My power ring runs on pure logic.
It does it? And would you care to explain it to me?
Don't do it, John.
God.
It's a trap.
It ain't a big thing. I just imagine an object and my ring creates a
Yeah, the white and black lanterns are also a thing, which are confusing because life and death are not actually emotions, they are states of being.
Yeah, they're literally states of being, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. We all know how John's powers work. Let's move on, okay?
Oh, no,
he just makes objects from light.
Yeah, he made Batman angry.
Right?
Exactly.
Just one thing. You know that light is massless, right?
I fail to see
Yeah.
how this is relevant.
Be the better man.
Oh God.
Is he having an aneurysm?
Wow, this sure looks stupid.
God damn it, John. Light is energy in the form of electromagnetic radiation.
Oh,
It
yeah.
consists of photons, which are massless particles. They, by definition, travel at the speed of light and cannot be at rest. You shouldn't be able to make them form solid objects. They exert no structural
Then
force.
explain how I'm making this 1,000-kilogram hammer.
I can't because it's nonsense. The total energy needed to make an object of mass.
Oh God, we got the equations out, Fable. Look away.
Oh, horrible, horrible.
Someone just needs to make art of you with your eyes covered, and we'll just use that for the GIF here. You know what? We need to get that for an emote for Fable called "See No Evil."
Cries. Look at those numbers. So many.
Totally. Dear God.
M is governed by I.
Bunja makes his own sister from his ring, which you. How does that make any sense? Fun thing, Jon Stewart made his own sister from his ring, which lived even after Jon died. That doesn't make... Oh no, Batman broke the whiteboard.
Einstein's famous equation, E equals mc squared. Light has no mass, but let's
Okay,
pretend
so
you're
real
using
quick,
real matter to
real
make
quick,
your
real
hammer.
quick.
The speed of light is 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second, meaning it would take 9 times 10 to the 19 joules to make your hammer.
Which
That's
is-
a 1 with 19 zeros after it.
Yeah, my
Oh,
ring's pretty
God.
awesome, man.
Just shut up,
I
John!
bet you could lift a mountain without much energy. You can, and we can calculate how high rather easily. The energy it takes to lift something is equal to the object's weight times how high you want to
Oh,
lift
God.
it. Let's assume the mountain is Everest, with a mass of 10 to the 14 kilograms. We know that g, the acceleration due to gravity, is 9.8 meters per second squared. So after some
right.
rearranging, we calculate that with 10 to the 19 joules of energy, we can lift Everest to a height of approximately 90 kilometers. That's just below the Kármán line, the recognized
Kármán
boundary
line?
of space.
Bet you
Oh.
love one of these rings, wouldn't you, Batman?
No, because it's stupid. Think about
Oh.
it. You're literally lifting Everest into space just to create your hammer. And that's before you even swing it, move it, do anything with it. And you're making massive objects with your ring all the time.
Hey, Superman, do you know what else is a massive object?
What?
These nuts!
My opinion of you has never been low. And the fact
Oh my
that you
God.
use light makes this even
Oh God, Batman's gonna
worse.
go
Do you
even
know how many
further.
photons you'd need for that amount of energy?
I don't know, like 100?
Well, let's work it out, shall
God.
we? The energy of a single photon is equal to Planck's constant times its frequency. We already know
Okay.
what Planck's constant is, but we need to calculate frequency. Green light has a wavelength of around 550 nanometers, and it,
Okay.
of course, travels at the speed of light. We can calculate a
Yeah.
wave's frequency by dividing its speed by its wavelength. Doing that gives us a frequency of 10 to the 14 hertz, for a total photon energy of 10 to the minus 19 joules.
Oh.
As you can see, a single photon doesn't pack
Yeah.
much of a punch. Wait a sec, Batman. You're talking about light like it's a wave and a particle.
That's
So
because
a
it
photon
is.
is a tiny little thing with its own wavelength? That's stupider than Hot Girl's mask.
I'm very sensitive about my nose, alright?
Babe, you smoking his head.
Oh, John.
Light is weird, Clark. It's got
Yeah.
wave-particle duality. It behaves as both. This gives
Light is weird because there's also light at all times that we cannot see. Well, actually, I shouldn't go in and... I should stop, actually. It literally is a particle and a wave, yes. And there's only certain spectrums of light that we can actually see. There's light all around at each time. There's just certain lights we cannot see, which is the color spectrum of the UV rays.
Like ultraviolet?
Yes. But yeah, I should stop myself because I might go and...
gives us a glimpse into the strange world of quantum theory, but let's save that for the Ant-Man video. Understood.
Oh,
Anyway,
boy.
A single photon of green light has 10 to the minus 19 joules. So the number of photons required to make 10 to the 19 joules is 10 to the
Airwaves are
38. That would be
photons. Yes,
utterly
they are.
catastrophic. If every grain of sand on Earth exploded into a million grains, then those exploded into a million more, and then a million more, you still wouldn't reach 10 to the 38. Do you hate sand or something? It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets
my God.
everywhere.
I understood that reference.
The flash of light from
my
that many
God.
photons would be equivalent to the sun's output in a
We all
localized
got that
area.
reference.
You would blind
Yeah.
people kilometers away. Everything
Yeah,
should be
because the amount of
vaporized
light
or
he's
irradiated.
outputting would
Air
be-
should be heated to millions of degrees.
Nah,
Yeah.
man, my power ring has infinite energy, so it doesn't have those
Well,
problems.
There's
actually,
no such
no.
thing as infinite energy.
Tell it to
Yeah.
the ring, bud.
There's no such thing as infinite energy.
I told it to the ring. There literally is no such thing as infinite energy.
Where are you getting the energy from?
The emotional electromagnetic spectrum,
The what?
What?
specifically the willpower frequency.
Please just tell me it's magic.
It ain't magic.
I would feel
It is
better if you
basically-
just said it was magic.
It's science, bro.
No, it isn't. Emotional
isn't.
electromagnetic spectrum. What does
It's
that
not
even
in the-
mean? You're dressing up fantasy with science just to sound credible.
Looks like someone's tapping into the rage frequency.
Damn, I love you.
Your ring is bullshit. Just admit it. Bruce, please relax. He's saying his ring has infinite energy. I know.
Yeah.
It can't have infinite energy.
Yeah, it can.
No, it can't.
No,
An
it
infinite
can't.
energy source is impossible for several reasons. But let's turn again to Einstein. This is Einstein's field equation. It's the core of general relativity. It describes how energy bends with space-time.
Batman, this equation is scaring me.
Don't worry, I'm just going to explain it with words. Space tells matter how to move, and matter tells space how to curve. The equation describes how energy and mass wrap space and time, and how that wrapping creates what we feel as gravity.
Batman, I'm still scared.
Look, the important point is this. The G on the left is the Einstein tensor. It describes how space-time curves. The T on the far right is the stress-energy tensor. It describes
the closest the universe has ever gotten to infinite energy is the singularity that caused the Big Bang. Yeah. But as it said before, there is no such thing as infinite energy.
Energy in a region of space. Now, if Lantern's ring has infinite energy, then the stress energy tensor for that region will be equal to infinity, which means the G for that region will also be equal to infinity. And what does that actually mean? It means we should have a singularity. Space-time should collapse into itself, similar to what happens in a black hole. That's why it's not possible for Lantern's ring to have infinite energy. If it did, we'd be more dead than my parents, who were murdered right in front of me when I was a child.
Okay, well, maybe it's not infinite, but it's close to infinite.
Well, let's see how close we can get before a black hole emerges, shall we?
Oh,
the short
God.
shield
We're not
radius
doing
is the
this
critical
again.
radius at which the escape velocity of an object equals the speed of light. I think my brain is going to explode.
You know what else is going to explode?
What?
Days and
Oh my
nights.
God.
It wasn't funny the first time, hot girl. We can use this equation to help us calculate how much energy you can
I
pack
like
into
that he's
space
just
before it
ignoring
collapses
them.
into a black hole. Let's take the space to be Lantern's ring.
be honest,
R is
I
the
would
radius of the ring,
too.
M is the mass of the ring, and G and C are constants. Rearrange the equation so that we're solving for M, and assume that Lantern's ring has a radius of 0.01 meters. By plugging in the numbers, we calculate that the ring has a mass of 10 to the 24 kilograms before forming a black hole. Finally, we can use E equals mc squared to calculate its energy to be 10 to the 41 joules. That is the maximum amount of energy allowed by the ring.
Well, hey, that sounds like a lot to me.
It is a lot, and could probably explain most of your feats. But if the ring really weighed 10 to the 24
then
kilograms,
you wouldn't even
you'd
be able to lift
instantly
it.
dead.
Yeah.
That's as heavy as a planet. And the material your ring's made from should be destroyed. 10 to the 12 joules is a more realistic maximum energy. The weight and temperature probably wouldn't kill you then, but that's not even enough to make one of your hammers.
Oh, so you calculate my ring should have lots of energy, but now you're saying it shouldn't? Which is it, Batman?
Well, to be honest, it doesn't really matter because of the transmission loss. Transmission loss? What do you mean? The ring's right there on his finger. Yes, but the battery that's powering it is thousands of light years away. Power rings take their energy from a central battery on the planet Oa, which radiates energy across the universe. But just how much of the energy should John receive? Well, we can calculate that. This is the formula for energy spreading out from a point source in all directions. I is the intensity of the energy, P is its power, R is the distance from the source to the receiving object, and 4 pi r squared is the surface area of a sphere.
Why a sphere?
Well, John isn't the only Green Lantern, so it makes sense for Oa to
it's
spread
a
the energy
way to
evenly
round.
over a sphere as it radiates outward. That way other lanterns can get energy too.
Hal Jordan's a bitch.
Word. The problem here is distance. Oa is roughly 10,000 light years from Earth. Let's say Oa broadcasts its energy at the same power as our sun. Then the intensity at John's ring is approximately 10 to the minus 15 watts per square meter. Assuming again that the ring has a radius of 0.01 meters, then its surface area is equal to 10 to the minus 4 square meters. The power the ring receives is equal to intensity times area, which gives us approximately 10 to the minus 18 watts, which isn't even enough to power a wristwatch.
What the hell are you talking about, Batman?
If the energy is infinite, then we have a black hole. And if it isn't, then we have nothing. Just admit it's magic, John.
Basically, he's saying that since it powers out so much energy in such a large radius and giving to so many other lanterns, that it's impossible for him to ever have nearly that much energy. Fable, did you get all that?
Yes, actually, I kind of did.
Okay, good, because it's going to be on the test tomorrow.
Sorry, Mac, I'm dead tomorrow.
Oh my god. I could accept it if it was magic, but not. Because magic kind of changes the law. Magic is basically bending the laws of the universe itself, and can change the laws at times. Magic is not really something you can quantify nor measure.
Yeah, but the thing is, in a lot of stories, especially like DC and in Marvel, they have it that magic has a price. The more magic you use, the more it'll take something from you in return. Not your life force exactly, but it'll want something as well.
But yeah,
which is why Batman can't use it, which is kind of funny.
Well, yeah, that's because magic can't exactly be. I mean, on a metric scale, Fable, magic cannot be quantified.
Just admit your ring's powered by magic.
You're just jealous you can't make all the crazy shit I can.
And just what can you make?
Hammers, drills, make armor with a machine gun arm.
Yeah.
Like a giant machine gun arm.
He's such a hunk.
And tell me, John, do you know how to build these things without your ring?
You're gonna say it makes no sense regardless of which answer I give you, aren't you?
Let's assume you can. Let's get real wild here and pretend you're a genius. Well, guess what? Conscious thought only processes around 50 bits per second. Your Iron Man suit ripoff, legally distinct, would require at least 1 gigabyte terabyte of information. It would take you 5 years of constant thinking to build the suit, not seconds.
Will I just tap into my unconscious mind?
You can't consciously tap into your unconscious
Yeah,
mind. If
that's
you
not
could,
possible.
then it wouldn't be your unconscious mind.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even want to. You'd go limp and piss yourself.
Please have some class.
And if you don't know how to build your objects, then Oa must be transmitting the information to you. But much
Which,
like with energy, not
that
all
would
of it's
take
going
time.
to reach you. There's going to be transmission loss. And how does your
Yeah.
ring even store information? And how does it even know what you want? Like if you think, I want armor, but your ring has thousands of specs of armor, then which does it choose?
Listen, man, you're overcomplicated. My ring's smart, okay? It's a universal translator.
How can it possibly be a universal translator? Languages aren't a static thing.
Give me 1 second. Talk to the people, Fable.
Hi guys, how are you? Green Lantern is incredibly funny because of the fact that it's like literally the most anime comic book ever. A lot of the bullshit they pull off.
Yeah. Math, Elmo Fire. Yeah. Maybe I should make a... Maybe if I can, I'll have pay Fable to make an Elmo Fire emote for me.
Sure, I need money.
They evolve. Slang, memes, sign language, braille. I
Yeah.
can make up my own language right now. How would it know? When translating something to
Yeah.
English, does it pick Old English or Modern English?
He's got a point, because there's modern English, Middle English, and current English that we're now speaking, which are indistinguishable, and you cannot... If I spoke Middle English, Fable, to you, you would not understand a word I said.
How the hell does it do
It
that?
interprets the user's willpower.
So you're saying every thought is connected to willpower. I need to eat food. I need to go to the toilet. How are these connected to willpower? Is this a lack of willpower? Are we even using the same definition of willpower?
Of course we are. A frequency in the emotional electromagnetic spectrum. They can do other things too, like see the future.
Does that mean you have no free will? You can't change it? Or if you can change it, then the future the ring showed you was wrong? That violates causality, special relativity,
It
thermodynamics.
can resurrect you.
How? After death, the body decays. You need to replace missing atoms, reshape bones
Yeah.
and organs. And what about the mind, the personality, the soul?
Let's try to keep things scientific, Batman.
Oh no.
It also has its own pocket dimension. I put bad guys in
A
there.
region of space-time with its own volume, time flow,
Yeah.
gravity, light. Do people age there? What happens if they die? How do things enter and leave? Just take
Yeah.
a deep breath, Batman. It's just so stupid. I know, champ. I know.
Hey, it ain't all good news. I gotta recharge my ring every day.
You have to what?
Every 24 hours it runs out of power. Gotta recharge it.
Your ring, which has infinite
The power-
energy, needs to be
be
recharged every
recharged.
24 hours? Do I even need to explain why that's stupid?
To recharge it, I need to recite a sacred oath.
Sacred oath?
Are you in a cult?
I don't think so.
What happens if you don't recite it?
Oh, we can't do that. Our leaders have absolute unquestioned authority. There's punishment for dissent.
Yeah, you're definitely in a cult.
Who are you reciting the oath to?
A bunch of space wizards in robes.
John, are you a Jedi?
Hell yeah, I am.
I knew it! Maybe you're not just a scruffy-looking nerf herder after all.
You can't call me that.
I apologize.
These nuts!
Oh my god. Well, that was an interesting talk and detour through that world, huh, Fable?
love how it always just goes to you're a Jedi.
I mean, basically.
Also, just to kind of clarify for those of you that don't know, after the Guardian, like literally after the Guardians were killed
Sure.
off or disappeared, John actually became the leader of the Green Lantern Corps. And under his reign, they actually did a lot of good because he actually treated them as though they had free will and personalities, while the Guardians are more quote unquote higher beings, so they kind of don't have emotions. It's really stupid.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
John is a good man.
Yeah, he's a great Corps leader, honestly.
I've always liked John Stewart. As I said before, he is the first Green Lantern I ever knew, and he is my favorite. Hello, Archangel. How are you? Proved is because magic when John said he's a Jedi because the Force is magic. Well, yeah, the Force is a living entity in itself. It's magic, quite literally.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Petra.
But yeah. So, everyone at home, it's always good to hear from you and watch stuff with you guys. So, once again, I say to all of you, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you all later. That's not the end of the stream. Yeah.
Why the fuck are they bringing back Scrubs? Why?
I don't know, Wolf. Have you seen... no, I have not. Or, wait. Have I? Is one of them about the Fallout 1 and that one guy who always shoots you with an SMG because you're in the way of his shot and he always uses burst fire? Because if it is, if that's one of his animations, I've probably seen it. No, I have not seen them. Anyway, thank you all so much, and we'll see you later.